Well, it is Saturday. A little gloomy and rainy here in Ontario. I took Ollie to get his hair cut. I couldn't take it anymore. He had that mop on him. Starting to look like one of the Beatles. So I took him. Amy went to the barn, and I said, "You get in the shower and get your hair cut." So Ollie's getting his hair cut, and I am taking in the Ontario scenery today. I did hear back from not one but two farms I will be going to tomorrow. You guys can watch the videos for them. I let them both know that I was coming in from the States and I did have a quarantine exemption. And if that bothered them, I understood. And not surprisingly, both of them were okay with it. So tomorrow, Amy and I and John Evans, a good client of ours, a friend of mine, and his daughter Julia, who you guys have seen probably many times, we're all going to head down to the sale. To the farms to look at the horses. So sale season is heating up. I've been to five farms, I think. I've had a number of people ask me for the list that I have compiled already. 14 horses right here. 14 horses that I am very interested in from all the farms and all the horses we've looked at so far. We still have 3 or 4 pretty big farms to go and visit, so I would suspect this list of 14 will at least double in size by the time the 18th of September rolls along. The only bad news was I realized that the stake that Rooney Blue Chip we're heading towards in freehold on is also on the 18th. So we'll see. That's a very fluid situation. He's racing in a maiden at Northfield, so quite a ways from stake caliber just yet, but definitely making some gains and looking good. Now the problem is, what do we do on the 18th? Obviously, I have to be in Ohio. Mark doesn't live too far from there, so we'll see. We'll see what we're going to do with Rooney Blue Chip heading into the 18th of September. So, as I said, the sales. I visited a number of sale companies. I visited a lot of places that are selling horses this fall. Looked at yearlings from the Ohio Select, the Buckeye, even a few from Lexington. Tomorrow we'll be looking at London, the London sale, the London Select sale, which is selling virtually on gate. That's a pretty cool endeavor. Really interested to see how those sales are going to go this fall. Now we do have a number of people have messaged me and said, Anthony, I think, that first sale was a pretty good indicator. The sales are going to be a little stronger than you think, with New York waffling and wavering and nobody really knows what's going on there. I think you're going to see a lot of horsemen from out east. Now, I'm a little, how do I say it? Not good with my maps, but I believe what you say by out east, you mean New Jersey, New York, whatnot. So here's the thing. New Jersey and New York horsemen want to buy Ohio horses about as much as I want to walk home bare pole. By bare pole, here in Canada, that means naked. It's a different scene, right? The horsemen from out east, I assume you're talking about New Jersey, New York, as I said, those horsemen are going to double down. There's going to be value if New York State doesn't do something to at least relieve the pressure. So say, don't worry, we're going to get things back to normal within the next week or so. We're going to have the casinos up and running. Horse racing can work out an agreement where obviously the casinos are going to be at a lower capacity. So does that mean they race less dates? Or I hope they don't race for less money, but less dates might make more sense, at least until they can get those purse accounts back up. And that's just one guy talking. I have no idea. I'm sure there's plans in place by very smart people to get this back on track. A lot of people in New York and a lot of people are going to be hurt, and so I think in that regard, the sales, regardless if they get them, if they can breathe some confidence into horsemen out that way, there's still going to be some trepidation, right? There's still going to be some real and valid concern, and I think that will turn the yearling market in New York into a buyer's market, which will mean, I would think, a lot of the horsemen will double down, realize that the horses they would have paid, let's say, $20,000 for in 2019, they might get for 11 or 12, and depending on, we've talked about the entire market and how much financial loss there is and how much less money there'll be for horse racing in 2020? Nobody really knows, right? I guess the indicator, one indicator was the sale was still fairly strong in at the Jug. I think it's called the Jug Preview. I'm not sure, that pre-Jug sale, whatever it's called. Now, exactly what happened is exactly what I said would happen and what everybody knows would happen. The good horses still went for good money. Middle of the road horses went for a little less, and the bottom of the end of the horses went for next to nothing. That's what took place in the sale. That's what will take place in the sales. Having said that, we do have a number of horses pegged here that are what I would consider top tier Ohio bred sired horses that I've seen right yet. There's some horses in here, I would see, let's say at least half the list or more, are horses that I would consider bargains, horses that I think will maybe pay very close attention to at the sale. And I would say at least half of my list of 14, I would say. No, there's 9. 9 of them are horses that are below 20,000 that could go for a lot less than 20,000, but they may go for more. That's still, regardless if it's 2020, it's still a sale and no one knows. But in regards to horsemen from New York, New Jersey, and the far-reaching corners of Pennsylvania, I don't think you're going to see a ton of money trickle into Ohio and in Ontario also this year. So in that regard, I'd have to disagree with people thinking that people are just going to switch their money from New York and New Jersey and dump it into Ohio. I just don't see that happening. Could be wrong. That's just my personal opinion, but I don't see that happening. In regards to the stable.ca and us and what we're doing, we're slowly starting to form these groups of people that are interested in a couple of these top-end horses that I know are going to bring pretty good money. Now, they're not bringing anywhere near 6 figures, but I would say fairly good money for the Ontario scene. So whether it be people wanting to form smaller groups to buy some of those horses, whether it's private breeders sending us horses. We already have 2 horses sent to us. One is a Muscle Mass that's in the barn right now. Another one is an Uncle Peter who just has to have OCDs taken out of her hocks, and then she's coming here. Or whether it be people that are just interested to see, okay, what are you going to get and what am I going to be able to get involved in? Now, those two, I'll be forewarning everybody. In the past, lots of times I would pick up a pile of horses and then rely on our clients to buy those shares up, but I can't do that this year. So if you're out there saying, I'm going to wait to see what Anthony buys and then I'll make a decision, there's going to be a lot less in that regard this year, unless we get a lot more private horses in. I guess in that regard, there may be plenty of horses to look at, but there won't be plenty of horses that I just blindly buy with no interest coming from within our group at the sales. You're not going to see that this year. I can't expose myself in the same manner that I've done in the past, not giving the financial uncertainty that everybody has. By that I mean I simply don't know where everybody sits. So in that regard, our sales groups are getting put together pretty quickly, and it's looking good. Reiterate that I'm not really concerned about the Ohio yearling prices being pumped up by East Coast money. I hope I'm saying that right, but I don't think it will be. So in regards to what we're doing, we're putting together a pretty clear path again to get to where we need to be at Christmas time. We're going to start. Told Kelly, I owe Kelly a call. We're going to start doing a little marketing and advertising on harness racing websites, letting them know that as far as breeders are concerned, if things work out great, hey, congratulations. If things don't work out great, the stable.ca is still here for you. Oh, I got to go in here. I'll go in and pay right now. So, with that being said, Ollie's back, got his hair shortened up. Do you want to go in and pay, bud? Here. Go give her that. Now, you got to put in the code. Hey, look. You know the code? It's $19.95. 1995. Okay, go pay. So, Ollie's got his hair all cut now. We're going to head back home. Amy and I are going to take the afternoon. Her mother is coming up to babysit the children, and we're going to go and get the kids. Amy wanted to get the kids a few more things for back to school. That's right. We are sending our kids back to school. I am a little, I don't want to turn this into a political thing, but I do have some concern with that. I don't really know where I stand on it, but we'll see. I guess we'll see. I'm being torn in a number of directions. Part of me just wants to say, hey, put the kids on a plane, take them down to Ohio and Pennsylvania with us till the end of October and homeschool them, and we can live like nomads, I guess. That's likely not what's going to happen. Our kids are likely going to go back to school, and I guess when you're around here, the rate of infection, I guess, is very low. So I still have that I don't really know what's going to happen feeling. I think everybody does. If you're out there and you have kids and you don't have that feeling, I'm sorry to scare you, but I think most people do. So the kids are going back to school soon. I'll finish up the sale season in Ohio. We got Pennsylvania, and then we get the Maryland, the old Harrisburg sale. Depending on what it looks like. I mean, if we spend a pile of money in Ohio, again, I'm going to have to gauge everybody and see what's left for New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Indiana, and Ontario, because there is only so much money out there to go around. That's the same as everybody in the world. So my job is to make sure, one, I don't let our clients get in too deep. I don't want anybody stretching themselves saying, oh, I have 5, but maybe I can make it 75. I'd rather you make it 3. And that's just how it is. So whether that be 1,000 or 100, I don't care. So just trying to get a gauge of what everybody wants to do. As I said, I think realistically, as far as purchasing goes, we'll look for 4 or 5 Pennsylvania breads, 2 or 3 New York breads, maybe the same Indiana. I think Ontario and Ohio will be the bulk of our interest and the bulk of our the stables investment, I guess, moving forward into the fall. But I think that goes without saying. Everybody knows that. So what else? We had lots of racing this week. I don't want to keep harping. I don't want to jinx us, obviously, but things are rolling along really, really well here in, well, not here. They're doing okay in Ontario now. We're starting to get our horses back up. We have 2 racing in the stakes today. We have stakes coming up next week. The Pacers are starting to come back pretty good. A few little hiccups, but for the most part, things are rolling along well in Ontario, but really smoking along in Pennsylvania and Ohio. Pennsylvania, the horses are literally white hot at Tim Twaddle's barn. Good for Tim. Puts in a real long, good boy. Puts in a hard day's work, and deserves every ounce of success that he gets. Jason the same also. Those guys work really hard in Ohio. Horse that I'm really excited about now, obviously Rose Run Why Not. I told everybody I'd qualify her in 2. She went a mile 58, come 28 in a piece. She was very good. Very impressed with this filly and really excited for the last 2-3 starts of the year for her. Gray as a New Red made a little hiccup, but a little roll off stride. But just, I think, immaturity and excitement getting behind the gate for the first time. But a horse I'm watching over the next 2 weeks is Jazzy Judy. I trained her the other day. She looks great. She will be ready for September 23rd. I'm almost certain of that. So really getting interested and excited about getting Judy revved up. Probably going to put her behind the gate and go a mile in 2:12, 2:10, 2:12 at Northfield on Thursday. A lot of people asking where are we going to race Rose Run Why Not? We're not. We're going to requalify both those fillies this week. Now, Rose Run Why Not, I could have raced, but it would have been against age horses, and I am not doing that. So we opted to requalify rather than go to some fair 6, 5, 7 days out. We opted to requalify her exactly 7 days out from her first stake race. So excited to see those horses going, but obviously the big story of this week coming are the 2 fillies racing for $300,000 in the super final next Sunday at Scioto. They moved it. They just up and moved it from Saturday to Sunday. Good for them. Just a better day, a bigger day. So a lot of our clients are from the States are coming into town. I know a lot of people have been emailing Kelly to let her know who that will be. I don't know when the deadline for that is for Scioto themselves, but I know that Kelly wants to get this done and out of the way. So if you're out there and you're like, I don't know, I might go, try and figure it out. Let us know and we'll get you a spot. We got a patio out front. That's going to be the stable.ca patio for the day, I believe. And we are going to try and make the most of it. Social distance, be safe, but at the same time, have some fun. It's about time we all had some fun this summer. I know watching the races and me driving them has been fun for me and maybe a little fun for you, but it's not like being there. It's not like being on the tarmac. And Scioto Downs is going to go out of their way and bend over backwards to make sure that the owners get an opportunity to have a special day for themselves. And Scioto Downs, congratulations to them. I really appreciate the you know, hats off to them. They've done all they can, worked with the governor, worked with the, I'm sure, whatever health and safety board they have to put this all together. But to be able to have our clients there on the tarmac watching our horses race and watching a great day of racing all around is a feat in its own in 2020, isn't it? So thanks to Jason and the crew at Scioto Downs for offering it up and following through with it. And if you're out there, as I said, you want to have a fun day, a good day, drop us a line. The races are going to be over fairly, I think it's a Sunday afternoon. If I'm not mistaken, it might be Sunday night, which if it is, fine. If it's the afternoon, we might go out to dinner as a group somewhere in Columbus at night, and vice versa. If it's at night, maybe in the afternoon, we'll have an early lunch. So lots going on in Columbus still. I do feel bad for our Canadian clients that can't get across the border. I know one of them is in the back seat here, and his two sisters and mother also can't get across the border. But 2020 is a weird year. You know what? Let's make the most of it. I think we've had a great summer. Hopefully it leads into a fantastic fall. We put some babies back in the barn and look to move things forward in 2021. So that is it. Not much of an opening. I didn't really want to talk about a whole lot. I've given you guys videos every single week. And if you're saying to yourself, where are these videos at? If you don't know, you go to our YouTube channel and you can get these videos, all of them. There's literally thousands of them, I believe. On there, you can watch all of our videos dating way back to the start of thestable.ca, all the training videos, and especially the videos from this week. It's hard for me when I'm on the road so much to literally text all of our clients and all of our groups updates. So it's easier sometimes for me to simply shoot off a video and allow everybody to know exactly how I feel. You can see me talking about it, you know the tone of my voice, you know what I'm talking about. Sometimes with texts and emails, the tone gets lost. And I want to make sure that you guys know exactly how I feel and what's going on with your horses and where I'm coming from if decisions are made. So feel free to scoot over to our YouTube page. I think it's a Stable Canada. I'm sure if you just type in the stable.ca or the stable, it'll bring you to it. But you can like that and go in and look at all the videos we have. So that is it. A little bit of a shorter, more condensed opening. For those of you who get sick of listening to me ramble, you're welcome. For those of you who like it, sorry about that. I'll talk to you guys soon. Still got lots to talk about today. We get the stables, all the babies, all the 3-year-olds, still lots. Anyway, take care.